So I wanted to make a video about my own journey and experience being single and 32 years old, and how I went from being in my early 30s, so 30 and 31, and being really stressed, hyper focused on dating, trying to find a partner, and how I felt this immense pressure to get into a relationship. And then from going from that place to now being in a place where I feel so much more at ease, at peace, really happy with my life, and I still want a relationship, but I'm not spending all of my time stressing, hyper focusing, ruminating, going down a really negative rabbit hole of, oh, am I gonna end up alone? Where am I gonna find this person? How do I get on more dating apps? How do I meet more people? And really just letting it go, like being more open to how life unfolds. And so if you are someone right now who is going through that period of fear, stress, or anxiety, I've totally been there. I want you to know it's super natural and normal. And so I wanted to share my own story with you in case it can help in any way. And I also would love to hear what you're going through and to hear your own story on what you've experienced. All right, so I'm gonna give a quick gist of this journey, and it's been a long one, but when I turned 30, I just all of a sudden felt my body, my heart, my mind fully feel stressed and anxiety about needing to be in a relationship. And this comes at no surprise because the world, society, everyone around you makes you feel like if you are in your 30s and not a relationship, you are falling behind. And so I was like, I am gonna go on all of the dating apps. I am going to go to all the speed date events. I'm going to go to bars. I'm gonna go to parties. I'm gonna do whatever I can to find my person, which, you know, is a great to a certain degree, where it's good to put yourself out there. But the problem with that was that I was hyper focused on finding a partner, and so whenever a date wouldn't go according to what I had hoped it would go to, or if I wasn't going on dates, I was just feeling really bad about myself and guilting myself and saying, oh, it's your fault that you're not in a relationship and you're not finding someone. And it really brought my joy, my happiness, my authenticity down, because I was just super focused on this one goal and this one thing. And there was a breaking point where I was like, I cannot live like this, because I'm starting to really lose sight of the joy of life and a lot of other joys that I have in my life, and a lot of other love that I have in my life that isn't romantic love, but is still equally beautiful and amazing and impactful. So I had that breaking point, and then I was like, I'm gonna take a break from dating because I need to get off these apps. These apps are not doing anything, these apps being dating apps, not doing anything good for my mental health. So after taking a break, I was like, I'm gonna go deep into reflecting on who I am, what I care about. I'm gonna read books, listen to podcasts, talk to friends and family, learn about their experiences and like how they coped and what they went through. And that was probably like a long, like 6-month period where I really took the time to focus on me. I highly recommend the values exercise, which is basically figuring out what values you care about and aligning your life to those values to feel a lot better and more fulfilled. But anywho, after doing a lot of that work, I am now in a place where I do feel so much better about being single. And I would say that now I've fully accepted my singleness, whereas before I was like pushing against it. I was so embarrassed by it. I was ashamed. And there's nothing to be embarrassed about. You just haven't found your partner yet, and that is okay. Your 30s are great. It is not the end of the world, despite people and society saying that you must follow this certain timeline. Life is not like that. You have no idea what's gonna happen or when it's gonna happen. And I know so many women and men who are also still single and still figuring it out, and that is okay. And I also think it's a really beautiful thing, because once you take the time to really know yourself and get to know who you are alone, you are going to be a really fantastic partner for someone else, because you know how to fulfill yourself, you know what you care about, and you know what you don't and do like in a good way, and you've figured out a lot of those things. So you're both hopefully equally strong in entering the partnership. I want to end on saying that I went through it. It was tough, and if anyone else out there is feeling this way, it's okay, and I want to like virtually hug you because you know, it can be tough to go through this alone if you're feeling like all of your friends and are, you know, now in relationships or getting married or engaged, and singleness and being single can sometimes make you feel really lonely, isolated, alone, and just like overwhelming to live through the world on your own. But there's a lot of positives and benefits to being single, and I want to create more videos about being single in your 30s and the benefits of it and what I've learned. And so, weird transition, but please subscribe if you are someone who, whether you're single or not, but you're just in your 30s and you're figuring life out. I really wanted to create a community, a safe space for people who are in their 30s and wanting to build a life that they're really proud of. And that was really one of my biggest takeaways, was that after all of that work and focus on me, I focused on how could I build a life that I am proud of, that someone coming into it would be really happy to join and would be additive versus that person filling a void. So I focused on building a life that I was really proud of, doing things that I love, and focusing on me. Please subscribe if you're down to learn more about life in your 30s. All right, have a good one.